The Gandhis received fresh endorsement from the Congress on Monday after a 7-hour meeting that began with Sonia Gandhi asking the party to start looking for her replacement after a letter written by the Juncture group called a full-time visible leadership. Sonia Gandhi will continue as the party president, said the Congress, ending the online CWC meet with the stern message that no one will be permitted to undermine or weaken the party and its leadership at this juncture. Sonia Gandhi reportedly said in her closing remarks that she held no ill will towards the letter writers. I am hurt, but they are my colleagues. Bygones are bygones. Let us start working together, she reportedly said. As usual, instead of change, the Congress had opted for continuity. The Nehru-Gandhis may no longer have the ability to enthuse electorate or the moral authority. To discipline the fractions, a state, satraps and dynasty may have become a liability, but they remain the focal point for keeping the party together. And they know it, but if the Gandhis doesn't listen, the nation will not get strong opposition. Many concerns were raised in the letter written by 23 party leaders to Sonia proposing a revamp of the Congress. Although several of them transparently had their own axe to grind, the letter, by acknowledging the desperate straits in which the party finds itself, reflected the views of the rank and files, hundreds of whom have reportedly endorsed it. However, the fact that it sought full-time leadership and a measure of the internal democracy within the party was seen as a direct challenge to the family. And as expected, family loyalists who are currently well placed in the party close things around the Nehru-Gandhis. On the eve of the CWC, calls were made to MPs and office bearers, directing them to dispatch letters declaring underlying loyalty to the Nehru-Gandhis. In 1999, party workers threatened self-immolations unless Sonia Gandhi agreed to continue as the party president. In 2004, an MP swore that he would blow his brains out if she did not become the Prime Minister. More recently, in 2019, a worker warned he would hang himself after Rahul Gandhi quit as president. Every time the slightest shadow of criticism touches the Nehru-Gandhis, the foot soldiers stage a show of loyalty. The current challenge to the dynasty was a long time coming. The rumbling within had been getting progressively louder as the family turned a deaf ear to the repeated pleas for the organizational revamp. Rahul Gandhi, who held the party's veterans rather than his flow political strategy responsible for 2019 debacle, stubbornly clings to the same strategy. The top leaders remain inaccessible to our frontline workers. Even MLAs and MPs have to wait for days to get an audience from the Gandhis. Frustrated, Jyotiraditya Scindia left and Sachin Pilot was on the verge of leaving. Then came the letter. But as long as internal political rivalries fester, the Nehru-Gandhis will remain at the helm. Instead of change, the Congress had once again opted for continuity. But how beneficial will it be for the parties is anybody's guess. Bureau Report.